My name is Kelly Lloyd, and I am with the East Tennessee State University Medical Library. The purpose of this video is to provide information about the new PubMed configuration. The National Library of Medicine has changed PubMed. The old version or legacy version of PubMed, which is the one that we are all used to, is still online and it is still functioning. However, at some point, probably by the middle of May 2020, the new PubMed will be the only one available and the legacy PubMed will be phased out. If you are affiliated with ETSU, you will continue to access PubMed through the ETSU Medical Library website, and our link is located just underneath the Featured Resources heading. And if I click on the link here, you will see that I'm going into the new PubMed configuration. There is currently a link on the new PubMed homepage that will take you into the legacy PubMed. And of course, you can use this link to go back. So there are currently links in each version that will enable you to switch between the two. But keep in mind that this version is probably not going to be available for much longer. You can see that the new PubMed interface is dominated by the search bar. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see a login icon. This is to log into your My NCBI account, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And you can see that once I log into My NCBI, my username appears in the upper right-hand corner. If you scroll down the new PubMed homepage, you will see that a number of components from legacy PubMed have been carried over, including advanced search, clinical queries, single citation matcher, and the mesh database. If you were to go into some of these, such as the single citation matcher, you will see that it is still formatted very much like it was in legacy PubMed. And the same for the mesh database. It is still formatted like it was in the old version of PubMed, and it is still functioning very much the same as of now. If you did want additional information about new PubMed, you could go to the Learn heading, and you can click on any one of these links, including the facts and user guide, which will provide you with additional information. Scrolling down, you will see that new PubMed does provide a list of trending articles. It also provides a list of the latest literature, new articles from highly accessed journals, which you can click on any one of these. There are social media links. These social media links are for NLM and NCBI social media. Also, there's a link for Support Center, and there's a link for feedback. If you did click on either one of those and ask a question or provide feedback, that would be routed to the National Library of Medicine. It would not come to the ETSU Medical Library. And at the bottom of the page, you'll see popular databases and resources that are maintained by NCBI and by NLM, including PubMed Central. Now, one of the first new features in PubMed that I wanted to show you is the improved citation sensor. New PubMed is better at searching out an article even if you don't have the complete citation information. So, for example, if you knew that someone with the last name of Jagsy published an article in the New England Journal of Medicine, you could just type in those details and click search, and you can see that it gives me a list of relevant results. It does give me articles that are authored by Jagsy in the New England Journal of Medicine over a period of years. And in this case, we've gotten 13 results and 11 of them were found by citation matching. It is important to note that this is not 100% foolproof, but it is a newer option that is available if you are ever searching for something and you don't have all of the details. Now, some commonly used features from legacy PubMed that have changed in new PubMed are the Save, Email, and Send To features. In new PubMed, Save and Email have their own links. You can save multiple citations or email multiple citations from a list. You would just go into the list and check on them. Or you can choose one if you wanted to just save or email one. And I'll go through and I think I will pick this one. When you click on save, you do have the option to save a file in multiple formats, including summary, PubMed, PMID, abstract, or a CSV file, which is essentially like an Excel file. You can save the citation in any of these formats. With regard to email, you would simply click on email. If you were logged into My NCBI, your email would be the default. So if you wanted to send this email to another recipient, you would actually need to take your email out and put theirs in. And in the subject line, you would probably want to put some identifying information so the recipient would know who the email is from. So just like with the save feature, you can email on a citation, or you can choose several citations from a list and email several citations to someone. You will also see that new PubMed does still have the Send To option, just as Legacy PubMed did. Clicking on the Send To option does bring up a drop-down menu that includes the clipboard, My Bibliography, Collections, and Citation Manager. My Bibliography and Collections are both features that you can set up in NCBI, and you can link citations from PubMed to those features by using these links here. As far as utilizing the citation management feature, you can click on this link and you can create a file for whatever citation management software you are using. The Send To feature also contains the clipboard. If you send an item to the clipboard, you will get a prompt to access the clipboard. Also, as long as you have items in the clipboard, a link for it will appear underneath the search bar. It is important to remember that items in the clipboard will be gone the next day. So just as in Legacy PubMed, the clipboard automatically clears, I think, every 12 hours, possibly every 24 hours. So if you come back the next day, your items would not be in the clipboard. Another feature that has carried over from Legacy PubMed is the filters feature. When you bring up a list of results, you will see that the filters are on the left-hand side of the results. If you wanted to select any of these filters, you could just by selecting it, and it will automatically be applied to your results. And you can deselect it by coming to the bottom of the filters list and click Reset All Filters, and it'll remove the filter that you selected. New PubMed does provide a number of additional filters, and in order to activate those, you would just need to click on the additional filters icon, select which filters you wanted to implement, and I think I'm going to select the cancer filter and hit show, and you'll see that it's been added to the default list of filters. And again, in order to apply that filter to your results, you would just need to check on it and PubMed would automatically apply the filter. Another component that has changed from Legacy PubMed to new PubMed is the display options and sorting feature. Legacy PubMed enabled the user to sort results by a number of criteria, including publication, date, the author's name, or the journal title. New PubMed actually has fewer criteria to sort with. If you have a list of results, very often the default sort feature will be best match, and best match will be the one that usually comes up automatically. It uses an algorithm to rank results for relevance. However, you can also sort according to the most recently published articles. If you do that, the articles that will come up to the top of your list will be the most recently published. And then you can also sort by the publication date. And in that case, the articles that will come to the top of your list will be logged according to publication date, whether or not they have actually been published or not. So if something is scheduled to be published later on in the year and it's been indexed into PubMed, it will also come up if you sort according to publication date. With regard to My NCBI, which many people link to through PubMed, you can still log in, which I showed you earlier. You can log in here with this login icon that is now showing my NCBI username. After you log in, you can click on it and you can see that you can still access your dashboard, publications, which are in your bibliography, and your NCBI account settings. Just so you know, NLM has stated that any account settings in NCBI should be retained in new PubMed. So you should not need to go in and reset any of your My NCBI account settings. In new PubMed, bringing up a single citation entry will provide some information about an article that may not have been readily available in legacy PubMed. And I'll go ahead and bring this one up again. Just to show you how the entry appears, you'll see that next to the title of the journal will be a highlighted entry that tells you what type of article this is. This one is a meta-analysis. Below the article title will usually be the abstract, if there is an abstract. On the right side of the screen will be full text links. If you have gone into PubMed through the ETSU Medical Library webpage, you're going to see a Get It at ETSU link, and you may also see some database links if they are available through ETSU. There is a cite feature here. If you click on it, it's going to bring up citation text. And here is an option where you can decide to format that citation in different ways. You can add this citation or this PubMed entry to a favorites list. You can share the entry through social media. You can also share it through a permalink. There's a page navigation here if you don't want to have to scroll down and sift through everything. You can click on any one of these and it'll take you to different spots of the citation page. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see that there's a comment on this article. In these other articles, it gives you a list of similar articles, and very often it will also give you a list of articles that have cited this one. At the bottom, you'll get additional information about publication types, and you will get a list of mesh terms that link to the article. Grant support will be listed here, and maybe other possible full text resources will also be listed here. So you can see that the new PubMed article citation entry gives a whole lot more information than the legacy PubMed did. Now we are going to look at the advanced search feature. You can get to the advanced search feature by going you can either start at the PubMed homepage, or you can go underneath the search bar and click Advanced. In addition to the Advanced Search Builder, which is at the top of the page, if you scroll down, you're also going to see search history and search details are available on this page. To build a search in the search builder, you can enter a search term, and I'll go ahead and enter one which I think was in the article we just looked at. If you want to search the term in all fields, then you can leave the all fields here in this box. If you wanted to search for a specific field, you could use the menu and limit the search term to a specific field, and I think I'll limit this to title or abstract. Here is the add box. It's on the right side of the screen. And when you hit add, your search term is going to go into the query box. And you will have the option of adding other terms with the Boolean operators and or not. So I will go ahead and add that just so you can see how it works. And I'm going to add one more search term. Right now I am using the operator and then you click search once you've built your entire search in your query box, and you will get a list of results. You can also go back to the advanced search page to review the search history and the search details. If you scroll down, you can see that the search history is available in this rather large window. In order to access the search details, you just pick one of your queries, and under the details heading, you will click one of the arrows. And here are your search details. This tells you how PubMed read the search that you did. You will also see that there is an ellipsis under the actions heading. Clicking on the ellipsis will give you the option to either save a search from your NCBI to your NCBI account. It will give you the option to delete the search, and you can also add a query. So if you wanted to combine two searches, for example, if you wanted to combine this search and this one, you could go here and add query, and then come down here and add query, and it would add the two searches in the search box above and combine them. They would appear here, and you could hit search and get results from a combined search. As with Legacy PubMed, one thing to keep in mind is that your search history is linked to the computer that you were on, and it will usually only stay up for 6 to 8 hours. So if you did do a search and you came back the next day, or you went to another computer, you probably would not have the search history available to you. And that is true both in Legacy PubMed and the new PubMed option. As Legacy PubMed is retired and the new PubMed becomes the default, you can expect this site to evolve. So just keep in mind that you may see changes in new PubMed moving forward. We've reviewed most of the basic changes today, but as you use the new PubMed site, you may encounter something that we did not go over today. If at any time you have questions about how to use the new PubMed site, please contact us. And the best way to do that is to go to the ETSU Medical Library website, click on the big gold question mark in the Ask a Librarian link, and you will see that you can visit us, you can call us, but your best bet may be to submit your question using our online form. Just submit your question along with your name and email address, and someone will get back to you with an answer. This is the end of the session on new PubMed, but don't hesitate to contact the ETSU Medical Library for any questions you may have related to our resources or our services.